It's terrible. I have to have the vans outside at the end of the driveway because one of them's leaking oil. I don't want to get it on the customer's driveway. Yeah. How's it going? Good? You getting her pulled through? How'd the number 8 go through?
Not too bad, actually. Surprisingly well.
Okay. Well, in case you didn't wonder, we're here at a customer's house today and we're going to talk about how to fish wires through existing walls. So let's get started. How to wire a new residential construction. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Busy spot in here.
Yeah. It was a lot more busy.
Was it?
10 minutes ago, yeah.
Oil furnace is gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, firstly, I guess the key to any good fish is a good fish tape. Now, we use a professional metal fish tape with a hook on the end. So, one of the key features to running wires through existing walls is to have a nice straight fish tape, as you can see here. And usually what we'll do is we'll try to fish up between the strapping. So you can see we have our wires going up over the strapping and then up into the wall. Now, out in the other room, you'll see that the ceiling is actually finished, so we're fishing across and running a wire down through. So when you're in a finished basement, it's not without some damage. Obviously, you've got to cut little holes and get fish tapes out where things are going to go, and get wires through. Basically, that's the hard part in any job, but we try to keep it to an absolute minimum. Now in this room behind me, you can see that obviously we have the holes up there in the ceiling, and sometimes it's difficult to run the wires because we have to get from point A to B. So we run the fish tape through. When we run through a ceiling, the ceiling is usually strapped, and we'll run it through with the strapping against the floor joists. So the strapping usually provides us with 3/4 of an inch to get the fish tape through from point A to B. And it sometimes takes 2 guys to run that fish tape through. So in this case, we actually ran from the panel all the way over to the other side of the house, which is about a 40-foot run. We actually fished a piece of number 8, which is quite a large cable, to get outside for a hot tub. So how's it going? Good?
Good, yeah.
Wires fished all through, that's great. It's good we're getting it done before the rain as well. Yep. And you can see the wires have come out through. We've poked them out through nice and neat. And these are actually going to be hot tub wires for a future hot tub. A bond there and a piece of NMD. Oh, it smells like oil down here from that old oil furnace.
They just ripped it out right before you.
Did they?
Right before you came.
So where's that fish go?
Up the living room.
Okay.
The front. They wanted one in the front under the window.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the big 2500.
Yeah.
Then there's one in the dining room right above the panel that handles the whole upstairs kitchen area. And then everything else is out. We got to go in the garage and cut some holes and fish up.
Okay.
Everything is out in the soffit, like you said.
Where is it?
So I got to cut a small hole and cut through that rigid blue insulation to get out and up.
Yeah.
But the hole's already there, so once I cut that hole, nickel fish down, I'll grab the tape. We'll be fine. We'll get it. We'll be done today.
Really?
Yeah.
Like everything?
We'll be done everything today. Chris has done the hot tub, other than the load side, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because most of them are done. It was just this one, the dining room.
Yeah.
The entryway is run. It just needs to be poked up and finished. And then it's just the 2 back bedrooms and the 1 bathroom.
Okay.
That's all out in the garage, and I've got the feed out there. I might need to run another 120 volt. I'll get your opinion on that. I
Okay.
think we should put 120 volt GFI in there.
Okay. Did you have to use any of the water lines?
No.
No.
No, I haven't yet. I haven't yet. But I also haven't really checked these fishes out too in depth out here. Because I got the line out to this jacuzzi access right here, oil, and then we got to get out to those bedrooms. And I think the bathroom's like right here.
Okay. So we'll need to make a few holes here then.
First hole here, fish
Yeah.
to here, and then out to the 2 bathrooms.
Okay.
When I told him, he said, "Yeah, do whatever you got to do.
Really?
Cut the holes."
Okay.
Nice guy, nice customer.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So as you can see, there's a lot involved to this process. Basically, it's coming up with a plan for starters, talking to the customer about where you're going to make holes, because there's no way you're going to avoid not making holes or very small holes. The biggest thing is to come up with that plan, how you're going to get that wire from point A to point B, who's going to recover or who's going to take care of the drywall repairs. That's something that we always talk about in our quote, and then actually executing or getting the wires run from A to B.
You can cross them parallel, that's fine, but when they're running alongside, it's got to be 2 inches. It really doesn't do anything, but that's code.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Maybe I'll just
Do whatever you think, whatever you see fit.
So the end result is actually the wire poking out down here at the baseboard, and that's where we actually put the heater on. And that has been fished completely from the top of that finished wall on the other side in the panel room, right down to the bottom, and then into where we're going to put the heater. And note, just want to take note that we made the hole a little bigger here so we could get the fish tape up through. That's a key feature to also fishing wires through existing walls. Do what?
Just hook it in like that into the insulation.
Okay, so you hook it right in the
Do
insulation
it like that and then tape
it on to hold it in place.
And then we'll say if it's a harder fish,
Yeah.
you can cut it, strip it, and I can show that too. Let me grab my pliers.
Yep.
Here in a second.
So you hook it on like that, stick it in the insulation, and you only do this when you get into an easy fish that you know it's not going to pull off, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then always tape it up good once you have your hook inside,
Yeah.
your insulation. Yeah. And for the harder fishes, we usually like to strip the wire. Strip the wire back. Leave your ground available. Cut off your insulated conductors. Make a small loop with your copper ground.
Okay, thank you.
Probably gonna be. Is it just you moving that out of here?
I think one person do that.
So the loop then hooks into that fish tape. Okay, so that's not coming apart at all then.
And then again, you always tape over afterwards to make sure nothing comes apart.
Or there's no burrs on the wire.
No burrs on the wire.
Okay, perfect. So you fished that one all the way across the ceiling over here.
Correct.
And you went over into the other room where I showed before with the fish tape sticking out, and then you hooked it on from the other end and pulled it back this way?
That's right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
We left the coil out in the garage and hooked on there and pulled back in here. We had a little more room and access in this room to pull from, so
Okay,
that's what we chose to do.
okay. So in that example, obviously we were fishing across the ceiling to get the wire pulled through, but some of the pulls are quite long. And then when we go down a wall, it's the same process. We usually have to fish from the top and then down to the bottom to get the fish tape pulled up through or down through. And it usually takes two people. It does go a lot easier with two guys instead of one guy, because one guy can get frustrated pretty fast trying to run the wire, or trying to run the fish tape, should I say. But the key feature is to make sure that you've got that metal fish tape if you're going to run wire. Now, I know we're not supposed to tell you to run your own wires for liability purposes. However, you can do your own fishes, because that's technically, you're not working on any energized equipment. So if you're going to run a wire through a finished wall and you want to run the fish for the electrician, you can save them a lot of time and headache and aggravation, and also cut down on your labor costs. Anyway, that's it for today. Hope you liked the video. Don't forget to hit that like button and smash the subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.